something else we watched this week that we both watch. On Shudder, they have a new show called Cursed Films. And the idea of it sounds fucking amazing. Because what they do is they're doing episode by episode. And they're focused on films like The Exorcist and Poltergeist. And movies that we've known are rumored to have cursed sets. And all the bad shit that happened on them from each movie that they go. The first episode, it's the only one that's been released so far, to my knowledge, is The Exorcist. Now, it's a little shorter than I thought it was going to be. It only runs at about 30 minutes long. But they delve into all the shit that happened while they were filming The Exorcist. If you don't know, it was a crazy set. Lots of people died. Like, a lot of people that worked on the set, people they knew died, people's brothers, people that actually worked on the set died. A bunch of crazy shit happened. The classic scene where Reagan is in the hospital and she's getting the CAT scan or whatever it was. One of the guys that was actually there, he was actually in the shot, turned out to be a real life murderer.
You know what? But I feel like that urban, like, you know, it's a great documentary, okay? And like I'm hopeful for, it's a 5-point documentary. They're gonna release the extra episodes later on. It's put together really well. It's phenomenal. It looks well. It looks good. But everybody kind of knew that it wasn't an urban legend, but it was kind of already known that the killer, that they did film a killer, and Friedkin, I think that's the director's name. Friedkin, yeah. William Friedkin was kind of like almost on the level of Stanley Kubrick on his perfection. Like his pursuit of making sure everything was in order to a point where he didn't care about the safety of people anymore. There's one specific thing where they talk about Linda Blair and she broke her lower back because that part where they, you know, that was he left that in the movie because
she's doing the fucker.
You know what? And any other guy looking at that, if your girl was doing that, like, man, I'm doing a great fucking job.
I can make that happen anytime.
I'm doing a great fucking job.
Boneless Thursdays.
Whatever. And then also one scene when they throw the mother across the room and she injures herself. They left that in the movie. They talked about how the director would shoot off a gun to cause a panic. I mean, motherfucker, if somebody shoots off a gun, I'm gonna give up my wallet right away. Like, the scene's gonna be ruined.
You seamlessly throw up your money in the air.
That's like, it's like an automatic, like, Action Jackson kind of move, like those old Hasbro toys from like the wrestlers when it's like, hey, real movie arm action. Like,
you drop down on your knees and just start sucking whatever dick's closest.
Whatever, like sucking like a circus seal.
Man, whatever.
I ain't gay. I love women. But no, yeah, it'd be like one of those things. Like, but yeah, it's like, hey, you got to be really serious here. You got to be the protector of the innocent. You got to be the champion of justice. It's like, boom. It's like, here's all my fucking money. But yeah, he would do shit like that and inspire performances from his actors and actresses by doing this kind of crazy shit, which is a lot like Kubrick did. So it explores that. It explores Linda Blair and how she had to hire security to go from after the film's success because a lot of people thought that she was really possessed. But the weird thing, I don't want to give too much away for the film because I think you guys should, or the documentary, I think you guys should watch. At least it's only 30 minutes. She does. You saw how quick she shut that shit down. She's like, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah. Like, she doesn't, like, whatever happened to her in that time frame when that movie came out in 1973, I think. Whatever happened to her and whatever she experienced, she definitely doesn't want to, like, reveal too much about it or talk about it. But yeah, it's a really cool take, and like, they did a good job. Shudder, as far as an original series goes, like, this is a really good step for them.
It's good, man. Like, I thought, like, for instance, like, the whole idea of the cursed films has always been super interesting to me because, like you said, Poltergeist, Exorcist, all this stuff, those are really, really interesting. And, like, the idea of the show, I think, turned me on so much. Turned me on so much that I almost maybe expected a little more to it. What I can say about the whole thing overall, they cover it all. Everything that you know about it, they cover. They cover all the deaths that happen on set, but they cover them so fast. It's just like you almost already know. It's almost
like stuff you already know about.
Yeah, it's most stuff that you already know. They just tell you that, like, yeah, by the way, this guy died on set, this guy.
I don't give a fuck. Give me some juicy.
Back, all the stuff that we mentioned. Yeah, you almost expect that they're going to do a documentary for them to delve deeper into it. That was a little bit disappointing, but I will say that the way it's filmed, the cinematography looks so good. The overlay's so good. I kind of, and you never wish this with a documentary, but I actually wish that the narrator was a little bit more sensationalistic about it because it was just kind of like matter of fact, like, yeah, this guy died. It was very matter of fact, and it wasn't that, like, there's not that much of an ambience or a mood to it. Like, they just kind of tell you how it is, and they've got really, really good ideas. Like, for instance, the artifacts that they find in the beginning of the movie, where they find Pazazu and they find that shit like that. They actually went to one of the museums.
It just sounds like a fucking outdated goddamn clothing brand. Hey, I got Pazazu, motherfucker. I got that Pazazu. Oh shit, nobody's been wearing that since 1971.
Sounds like the new Little Caesars product.
Pazazu.
They actually talked to some of the people that work at these museums about what Pazazu was and like why they mentioned that pregnant women would wear it because Pazazu's enemies would be against that. Some really interesting things in there. And it's definitely worth watching.
Northern Iraq. So that was, and also the curator of that museum was the one that told them that they had it right.
Yeah,
like they actually did do it right as far as like the personification of what it was.
Yeah.
But she said that statue that's in the movie, like being giant, it was never that big in Northern Iraq.
It was real small.
It was small like a ring.
And that stuff was really interesting, and they told it really well. And like again, it's a pleasure to watch. Like it's really like it looks good. It's told easy. Well. It flows good. All that shit like that. It's really done. It's almost a little shorter than you think it'd be though. For 30 minutes, I would have thought like an hour and a half. I kind of wanted them to delve deeper than they actually delve. So in that aspect, the show's a little bit disappointing, but it's still worth a watch. What I found crazy, dude. And actually pissed me off. I didn't know
Linda Blair's still kind of hot.
Well, sure.
I mean, sexy.
What also I thought the girl that they had, I can't remember her name, but the one that actually does the face that pops up. Yeah. That's like the one that fucks your shit up.
Also, the one she did the stunt doubling for Reagan for the pussy scene.
Yeah.
And the fucking floating off the bed.
She did a lot more than I thought she did.
She stabbed her pussy with a crucifix and said, "Fuck me, Jesus."
Yeah.
I mean, you should never. And you know what? How fucked up are you moving through life? How fucked up are you, sir?
But I thought she was just the face. Like, it was interesting to find out. She actually did a lot of those special effects. Yeah. Like, a lot of the hovering shit, a lot of that stuff. But it was really good to find that stuff out. And also, what I found interesting was all of a sudden they take a sharp turn in this documentary. And again, it's only 30 minutes. But they talk about this dude who actually does real-life exorcists. And this is exorcism.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
He pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Look, I mean, no offense against people that believe in that kind of stuff at all.
I get that.
Like, I get it. Like, no, and I've seen some stuff on YouTube and you know, like viral footage like of possibly real exorcisms, like audio recordings and some other things that may be legit. And like, I mean, and definitely it probably does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't, but that shit's fucking fake as a goddamn evangelical piece.
The ones they show you feels fake.
Yeah, it felt fake. And you know, and they even have, like, while they're showing it, a voiceover of the people saying, like, you know, people had seen this movie that came out in the early 70s that really like had an all-seeing eye on this kind of method of dealing with certain evils in the world.
Yeah.
And they, in a way, maybe subconsciously were drawing from that and acting that out to an exorcist because that's what, you know, well, that's what Reagan did in the movie. Now again, I'm going to point this out. I'm not saying it's not real. And because again, I literally, there's audio recordings of people that perform exorcists for real, for legit. And you can hear some weird shit on those audio recordings on YouTube, like fucked up shit. Like I didn't like to watch them, but I did anyway because I was bored and I was drunk. And I was listening to Alan Jackson. But
wait on the other child. He had
like,
exorcism next. My mother went to me.
And after listening to that, I gotta listen to that. Like I gotta listen to that next Exorcist track. But so that shit's real. But this thing comes off as, you know what? I almost feel like it was fucking not needed in the documentary. Honestly, I mean, I feel like it's a cool idea. The reason why. If you're gonna put it like maybe there was an explosion of people thinking they were possessed by the devil after the film was so significantly received, or so many people were like, "Oh my god, it's so scary," and I'm passing out in the theater. They do show some footage of that, and then going from there, they're like, "Oh, all of a sudden there was an uptick in people looking up Catholic churches, exorcisms, demonologists."
The idea of what they were going for, I get. I think they chose the wrong guy. Because the guy that they chose the show, they show him do
he looks like he sold seashells in a fucking Malibu house.
Scott Van Pelt or Alex Van Pelt from ESPN.
He sold seashells in a Malibu house with a surfboard.
The guy they show, I don't believe at all. Like, they show him do 2 full-on exorcisms. Now, this is an excellent idea. I just feel like they chose the wrong guy. Because he looks, dude, it just looks fake as shit.
Fake, yeah.
He's got this woman, and then he's got this guy. And he's like in their face, he's like squeezing their face. He's like, "You get out of there, you fucking demon."
Well, he grabs this woman, he He's like, fucking God, I don't like when he touches my throat. And then she like vomits, and then they show the vomit.
She does throw up.
Yeah,
that was gross.
You were fucking shaking her around like she's a goddamn ragdoll.
But they were so fake. Like when he would do the exorcism, he's like, he grabbed him by the face, like, get out of there, demon. You just get right out of there, demon. You son of a bitch. Yeah. And then the person he was exorcising would be like, yeah, I'm the devil. I'm a bad devil.
Of course
That's who I am. I am Lucifer, and I am here to do the devil's business.
And I'm the sphinx that guards them.
You could tell that you could tell these people were just like they saw too many movies.
That's all it was.
Like, but like you, I've seen videos of like real life, and that shit sounds. What they used here seemed like people who literally just watch movies, and that was their whole argument. They were like, what we think happened was. Sometimes people watch these movies and it goes in their brain what they know about Lucifer or Bazazu or whatever, and then when they think they're being possessed, and I'm not knocking these people because like sometimes the psyche can do fucked up things to you, anxiety, all that shit. It can make you think that, I'm sure, and I am sympathetic to that. I'm not making fun of the people who think they're possessed.
No, I wasn't making fun of them.
No, I know you're not. But I think that they really thought they were possessed. But even if you really think you're possessed and you're not, your brain's going to go to what you know, which is from the movies, which is what the show was trying to explain, and I understand that. Which they would only repeat shit that you saw in movies before, but where it fell off for me was when they were interviewing the guy about it. He's sitting there and he's like, I absolutely think that if a young child watches a horror movie, it could lead to them being possessed. And I was like, are you? I rewound it. I was like, did he just say? And he did. He was like, it is a huge danger for young people to watch horror movies because that could end up with you being possessed by the devil. And I was like, what the fuck?
Get out of my face!
Talking about Alice Van Pelt.
I will tell you this. I think that those people that sought his help in the documentary that we watched, they were psychologically disturbed individuals. I think that they had been influenced really heavily by a movie like The Exorcist, and that they
had mental problems on top of it.
They already had mental problems, and I'm not saying like I don't know their cases. I don't know them personally. I don't know anything about them, but I'm just saying what I saw. It looked like they were already fucked up in the head, and they got it.
They were faking it.
And I'm not saying nothing against this guy, okay? Because I don't know this motherfucker from Adam, but he does look like Anthony Edwards.
He looked like the dude was like, hit me up on PayPal after this.
He looks like fucking Anthony Edwards from ER or Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, almost a charlatan. Sorry, almost a charlatan. Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I think that. Because the real exorcisms that I've heard on YouTube, like the audio recordings, and they're audio, they're not video, they're audio. You can find them on other websites, not YouTube. And they're fucked up and they're weird. And
nothing like what you saw
can hear like inhuman screaming, like it's fucked up. And they're not trying to present it in a documentary or anything like that. It's an interesting view on these demonologists and exorcists and the people that. I'm not going to mention their names, but these ghost shows that hire these demonologists and these exorcists.
It felt like that.
To come in and, God damn it, I seen it!
Especially, dude.
I seen it over there!
Something just touched me, dude. Something touched me.
It touched me! It touched me!
Tell me you got it. Did you get it? Did you get it? Oh, fuck, you missed it again, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was eating a turkey leg. Especially at the end of one with the dude, when the dude's, I couldn't help but laugh. I was probably not right, but when the dude was like, he like ripped his shirt off, and he was like, who's inside? He was like, Lucifer.
Oh, of course he was.
The devil himself would be way scarier than that. But at the end of it, he was like, all right, that concludes our weekly meeting. He was like, I think that you need 2 more FaceTimes and then maybe 1 Facebook Messenger, and then you could just build
it later. If I were his friend,
like, come on.
I'd walk in the room like, motherfucker, you need a Xanax and a natural light. You need to calm the fuck down. Okay, we are not at a goddamn Guar concert.
Exactly. And again, to just clarify, I feel like the people he was working on, I feel like the guy maybe actually believed what he was going through, and the girl actually believed what she was going through too, but this guy wasn't helping them.
But that's psychological.
He wasn't helping them by preying on to what they thought was going on.
And again, I'm going to point out the fact that I think that they weren't really possessed by any kind of demonic entity from another realm.
I think
and I'm not saying, and I will point out to the fact that I believe in the supernatural to a point where I feel like that could happen maybe.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it could happen, but the fact is those poor people were suffering from a psychological fucking issue that this cocksucker, the cockroach, I'm sorry, like that's what I feel. These are they're snake oil salesmen, man.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know what they're doing, and they're coming in here on these poor people and preying on it, and probably charging them $500 in a blowjob.
That's what I want to know.
Men
Like,
and women.
How much is he charging for this?
$500 in a blowjob.
For her to puke in his hand.
And a blizzard from Dairy Queen. But but either way, I can't buy that kind of shit, dude. Like, you know what I find? Like,
my bullshit meter went fucking way off.
I was like, God damn, I'm in the fucking Antarctic of fucking bullshit right now. I'm surrounded by bullshits. But yeah, I just feel like that shit happens, and that shit's probably real, and it's really sad, you know. And that movie is such a cultural phenomenon that there's these people that have psychological damages done to them. Maybe they were molested, maybe they were kidnapped, maybe they were beaten or abused in their life. And
they need Dr. Melfi, not Alex Van Pelt.
Yeah, and they have all these things going on and circulating in their brain, and they remember that movie, and then all of a sudden they think they're possessed by the devil or the demons, and then they have a fucking snake oil salesman, and they sells them all this bullshit. If it worked for you, if it worked for them, if it got them better, great. But I feel like those people probably need to be on medication.
It didn't seem like
they need to be.
Did you see the dude's face when he was like, that was... I think the dude felt like it was over. Like, okay, I did it. I'm good. And he was like, I think we need 2 FaceTimes this week and then meet again next week. And the dude's face was like...
Yeah, so that's only going to cost you $100.
I gave my best performance.
But this week alone, I'm going to give you $100 on the first one, $50 on the next one.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a good documentary.
Good show, though.
But and I agree with you 100%. I think that overall, what I would rather have had been is 45 minutes, at least an hour. Give me an hour of the haunted sets, and then if you're going to add some stuff in that, like what they did. And it almost been like tongue in cheek, wink in the eye, like this is bullshit, and this like exposing that guy. Show me some more of that, but show me some real shit.
Yeah.
But I think that, honestly, if you're going to have 5 episodes, that's all you're going to be scheduled for. Give me an hour and a half.
Yeah. I would like to... And again, it was done well. It was well done. It was entertaining to watch. Definitely, I recommend it. I definitely recommend checking it out if you're a fan of The Exorcist. I thought they were going to go deeper into the facts that we already knew. They necessarily didn't, but it's still totally worth a watch. I definitely recommend watching. I can't wait to see the Poltergeist one. I just hope they go a little bit deeper into it. Yeah, I think it is. So
no, it's gonna be Jaws.
I hope it's Jaws.
It's gonna be goddamn Carol Baskin.
That shark was real.
It's gonna be goddamn Carol Baskin. Mike, why are you presenting it like you're like presenting the prize at Wheel of Fortune? It's gross. It's making me disturbed. Stop. Okay, Megan's excited about a piece of construction paper. Good for you. We will pass this along to Mike and Jay.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie.